Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the UFC 320 Aftermath, and boy, this is definitely the fight card of the year, the pay-per-view of the year. This was such a good card, top to bottom. I told you I gave it like an 8.5 stack meter, or what was that, 8 stack meter. This definitely is like a 9.5. It was so entertaining from start to finish. Let's get into the breakdowns of the main card, because we're going to talk about main cards. The main event of the evening, Ankalaev versus Pereira. So many people had Ankalaev, and I was one of them that said Pereira. I will add, I think I got every single prediction correct. I don't know if in my video I might have changed my mind, because I made a bet and I won the bet. I don't know if I changed, but my bet. I'll go check out the video, but I'm pretty sure I got the main card completely correct. So Alex Pereira knocks out Ankalaev in the first round. Not just in the first round, in the first minute. Crazy. It was such, like, he put so much pressure on him straight on the beginning, and when you rocked him with that overhand, you could just see Ankalaev was like, oh my god, I'm fucked. He tried to shoot for a takedown and he messed it up, and that was just the beginning of the end. Pereira easily win, and the funniest thing about that was someone on Ankalaev's team was like talking to Pereira's team, and they're like, trilogy, and Clover started laughing. Clover Teixeira started laughing. He's like, no, that's not happening. And there's no justification for a trilogy fight. The first round, you were the challenger, took him to 5 rounds. He apparently had COVID for that fight, and his hand was broken. That is why he took so long to get this rematch going. And look at what happens when he's fully fit. He round ones you, just like he's done with every other person here. What do we do next for these fighters? Well, the champ, the light heavyweight champ, Alex Pereira. Sadly, John Jones's brother passed away. I'm not a big John Jones fan, but I don't wish any bad things on anyone. So that's a very sad thing. I didn't know about that until Alex Pereira brought it up. Apparently, he wanted to call John Jones out and ask him for a fight at the White House. I don't know if that's still going to happen. Like Alex Pereira said, he doesn't really want to call out John Jones or like bring hype around that when he's busy dealing with a sad loss in his life. So he's gonna let him, get through his thing, and then they'll see what happens in the future. But if that is the fight that they want to make, I think that is probably a really good fight, because I don't think John Jones is gonna get a heavyweight fight. Unless John just says like, can't cut that weight back down to light heavyweight. Unless Pereira goes up to heavyweight and it's like an interim kind of belt for the heavyweight title. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the fight. What would I do? I think he's got to fight one more time at light heavyweight. I think we do one light heavyweight fight, and then you look at that UFC White House card, and then we will kind of see where John Jones is and where the heavyweight division is. So I would say, I know Yuri called him out. I don't want to see a trilogy. I think you have to give it to Carlos Ulberg. I think he's earned it. He's the top guy right now that Pereira is not fought. You got to give it to him. Give him his title shot. If they don't want to do that for some reason, then you look at the heavyweight division. Then maybe you do Tom Aspinall. I just feel like Tom is too big for him. So that just doesn't make sense to me. I think you give him Carlos Ulberg for his next one, and then after that, he's 38 years old. So it's like, he's been talking a long time about wanting to be a heavyweight champion. So I say give him a little bit of time, get that Carlos Ulberg fight maybe at the beginning of the year, and then we do maybe the White House Pereira versus John Jones for maybe an interim heavyweights, or you give him Tom Aspinall. I don't know, but that's what I would do for Pereira. What do you do with Ankalaev? Yuri. Give him Yuri. There's beef there. Yuri doesn't like Ankalaev. Yuri really wants a title shot. If Yuri goes and beats Ankalaev, then there is a little bit of an argument where he can be like, look, I beat Jamal Hill, I beat Khalil Roundtree, and I beat Ankalaev. What the fuck do I have to do to get a trilogy fight here? And if Pereira does move it to heavyweight, then you can maybe set Yuri up with, I don't know who at the time will be there for a title shot for the light heavyweight. But that's what I would do for Ankalaev next. Give him Yuri Prohaska. That's what I would do for those two. Moving on to the co-main event, the bantamweight division, and there you had Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. And I will say I was very impressed with Corey Sandhagen. I did have the fight 4-1 to Merab, but I will say if there's a world where they run it back, I think Sandhagen could cause Merab a lot of problems. I've seen Merab throw guys down and easily get them down and pin them down in the whole division. He could not do that with Corey. Yes, he did get the takedowns, but Corey kept getting up. And now Corey knows how that pressure feels and how to deal with it. I think if they had to run that back, Merab could be in trouble. That's my honest opinion with that one. What do you do next with Merab? You got to give Pilian. I think Pilian deserves a title shot. I feel like he's been fighting and saying title shot next, and the UFC keep giving him more guys to fight. You got to give him Pilian. That's who I want to see next. I heard some talks about maybe Umar. No. That's just stupid. I don't want to see that. Don't want to see Umar rematch. I think Umar needs to fight someone like, I don't know, O'Malley or someone. But I want to see Pilian. I want to see Pilian next. The fight I really want to see is Pantoja versus Merab, the super fight. I think it'll be a fucking insane fight. But I don't think Pantoja wants to go up yet because I think he wants to lock the flyweight. Be like, he wants to say, I'm the go to the flyweight. I think Merab is also wanting that. Because I heard Merab is like, he's kind of waiting for Volk to retire and maybe Aljo, I don't know, to step away or to go up because he wants to go up also. But yeah, I think for next for Merab we do Pilian. And then what do you do with Sandhagen? Maybe Song Yadong. You give him, I don't know if you fought Song Yadong yet. Maybe you set that fight up. Maybe even a fun fight. Give him O'Malley. I think that could be a fun fight. Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. And hey, if Merab's not the champ, maybe he loses, maybe to Pantoja or Yan, then you know O'Malley can maybe be like, yep, still number one. You gotta give it to me, man. Okay, let's go to the third fight of the next fight. That was Yuri versus Khalil Roundtree. Now I said that Yuri was going to win this fight because I thought Khalil changed his style and he's too defensive for Yuri, and that's exactly what happened in that third round. He was too defensive and Yuri just pieced him up. Like I said earlier, I think Yuri versus Ankalaev will be a great fight. That build-up will be good. The UFC needs to start capitalizing on beef instead of just fucking leaving it in a ditch. This is what builds hype. This is what builds fights up. It builds the cards. It builds the division. They need to act on this. Yuri wants a title shot. Ankalaev wants a trilogy shot fight. Let them fight. There's beef there. Let them settle it. What do you do with Roundtree? Roundtree's a little difficult. I actually don't know what to do with him. There's one fight that I can see to give Roundtree. And you got to give him that legendary Polish power. That's the only one I can think of. Jan Blachowicz, which is his name over there. That's the only fight I can see. It's a fun fight. I think that will test Khalil also. because he can't be defensive against Jan also. So maybe it will get him a little bit out of that and more defensive style that he's adapted now. That's what I would do. That's the only thing I can think of doing for him. If we move on now to the fight before that, it was Josh Emmett versus Yusuf Zalal. It was the featherweight division. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't remember if I said Josh Emmett, but I bet for Zalal. I don't even know what happened. I know it was a sub, but it was so unexpected. When Zalal stood up and started celebrating and Josh just walked to the corner, I was like, what happened? I even think the commentators were like, oh wait, there was a tap in there? Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what lock he got him in. Because I generally didn't see it, and I didn't watch it back. I should have watched it back. But it was, I don't know what the hell happened there. So yeah, I think Josh Emmett's on a bit of a losing streak now too. So, not good, but what do you do next for Zalal? I don't know, because I don't think you want to give him someone in the top 5, because like Aljo is going to want to fight up. Murphy wants a title shot in December. Imalov is injured. Lopez is kind of just sitting there. Yari is also sitting there. I do think they need to do Lopez and Yari. It just makes sense for where they're on the division. They both won title shots. Fucking 2 and 3 fight title shot there. So I don't think they'll give them top 5. The only thing I can think of, if you want Zalal to go up, there's Ortega on this list here, but Ortega has already said multiple times he's going to lightweight. So that spot's kind of essentially open in my opinion. The only person on this list that I can see is Arnold Allen, and I don't know if they're fought. I have no idea if they're fought. So maybe do that, Arnold Allen. What do you do with Josh Emmett? I say give him John Silver, because he's going to be ranked 9th. Or even give him Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull. That's a fun fight. It gets Pitbull up there, gets John Silver up there a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, maybe do Patricio Pitbull versus Josh Emmett next. That could be a fun fight for the UFC. And what Pitbull's 11th, Emmett would be 9th now, so it gets him up a little bit more, and then he can go for like maybe a top 5, top 6 kind of guy. I don't know, that could be fun. Okay, then the first fight of the main card was Nurmagomedov versus Joe Pyfer. I like Abus, but I had this feeling that it was a setup fight for Joe. So what do you do with Pyfer now, because he's now technically ranked? I'm getting the wrong division. Is Abus not ranked? I thought he was ranked middleweight. Okay, according to this list, he's not ranked, but I swear he was ranked 15th when we checked last time. Okay, maybe they switched it up a little bit and they kicked him out. But I swear he was ranked. But anyway, if he's not ranked, and Joe doesn't have a rank, which I swear he was ranked 14th or 15th. But anyway, you gotta give him someone in that top 15, that like 11th to 15th stage. I think Joe Pyfer's kind of proven now that he needs to get up there. He needs to be given these opportunities. I think Roman Dolisi has been booked for a fight. Fucking give him Jared Cannonier. That seems like a fucking decent fight. Jared the Gorilla Cannonier. I think that will be a fun fight. Or give him Pablo Costa maybe. That's a fun fight too. For Abus, I don't know. I don't know what you do with him. If especially if he's not ranked 15th now, I don't know what you do with him. If he's not in the top 15, I generally don't know. So maybe give him, who is ever not ranked in the middleweight division, give him an up and comer, someone who you think this is gonna be the future. Put him in there. Fucking hell, maybe even put him against what the hell's that dude's name now? The guy that got kneed to shit by the Riddler. Fuck. The wrestler. Bo Nickel. Maybe give him Bo Nickel. That could be a fun fight. But I think Bo's already got a fight booked. I can't remember who it is against. But anyway, I think that's the way we'll call it for the UFC 320 Aftermath. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.